You know what's crazy? Whiplash. Wait, hold up. Hey, cat check. What's up? How's it going? What's up, people? Seku-Senpai here. I'm checking out Dr.Pitanger's video of him analyzing Seku-Senpai's why do I refer to myself in the third person? IS2 ending 2 run. You know, it's always crazy whenever I see a video of his pop up. I mean, well, this is like the second one. When I remember when the first one popped up, that gave me like a weird whiplash moment. I was just on YouTube, I was scrolling through, and I saw myself in the thumbnail. I was like, wait, I don't remember uploading this. And I was like, oh snap, Dr.Pitanger actually checked it out. So here he is analyzing my IS2 ending 2. My goal was to get to ending 2. That was the whole goal of that whole run. So let's see what Dr.Pitanger has to say. Let's see what his diagnosis is. And yeah, I appreciate any advice all y'all have to share, as always, in the comments. Y'all, even what y'all said in my video, original video. I always appreciate advice. I always want to get better. I always down for get some education as well. Something I don't know, maybe something overlooked. Any bad habits I might run into. I'm always down to learn and get better. So which I really like about the Arknights community. Everyone's really nice in the comments. Everyone's pretty chill. I mean, once in a while we get, you get that person who's just.
Hello guys, Dr. Parallel here, and today we'll be analyzing a new run made by Seku-Senpai, and he decided to try IS2 ending 2 this time, so it's gonna be a bit different from his previous run that I analyzed. We're gonna see what he does, if he learned something or two since the last run, and yeah.
You might be running, dang, you've also been... Let's hope I learned something new. I hope I did. A little quiet since that Dr.Pitanger video. Shout out to Dr.Pitanger. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Actually, right?
You do. It's exactly how you're supposed to pronounce, even though, well, there's now apparently a running joke among my own community that you aren't supposed to pronounce it however you want, so feel free to do so.
Oh, okay, so I was kind of correct in the beginning.
Ooh, he went to level 41. Damn, my man has been grinding a bit.
I almost went crazy too. I almost went crazy with it, but...
He has actually cleared ending 1 on a lot of squads. Okay, alright, impressive.
Thanks.
Okay, so you're gambling inside the gambling game, sure?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Alright, double caster and Vanguard. This is probably not very good, because, well, a lot of early enemies in IS2 actually have some resistance, like the metal crabs, and as Vanguard, you also lack some defensive stats, so you're probably gonna end up losing HP in the beginning, I would say. Let's see.
Oh! Nice predictions, interesting predictions. Let's see. I think he's right for that. What are my other choices?
Alright, Indigo, good.
I'm going to get a Vanguard and another caster. 2 casters. Okay, I guess I'll grab this.
Okay, so he gets Indigo as the first caster.
I'll go Myrtle. Okay.
Myrtle as the Vanguard. Okay, that's a bold move again.
Because, it was bold.
You only have 1 block.
It really was bold. It's crazy. It was bold. It was a bold move that
Probably the second caster.
That I guess.
Steward. Huh, that's a very, very bold starting team.
It is.
Again, I have no idea why he doesn't want to pick a 6-star from the get-go. I would have gone for Logos here. I'm not sure why he's so reluctant to picking a 6-star from the beginning, but let's see. If you get...
there's actually a good reason behind that. I think that's the thing with IS versus... compared to other Arknights mode. I feel like in my head, I'm so used to playing without relying on 6-stars so much, because, I don't know, that's just how I've just always started playing the game. I'm always like, I mean, I don't want to use 6-stars too much, but I don't want to rely on them, or I don't want to become too reliant on them. I think that's what it was, especially when I'm starting the game for like the past year or so. I was like, okay, I rely on 6-stars when it gets really tough and stuff. And then IS, it's like one of those modes where you can't play that way. At least for me, that's why I've learned this. Now you can't really play that way. It's like definitely throwing a 6-star in the beginning, because you definitely need that 6-star to carry you throughout this, or at least help you a lot in the beginning. That's something I've learned throughout my time. So I'll just continue though.
It's the right fight. He could make it to the first floor and then recruit some blockers and stuff. I hope he has picked E2 Metal, otherwise his Steward and recruit some blockers and stuff. I hope he has picked E2 Metal, otherwise his Steward and Indigo are gonna struggle a lot. Oh, he actually did. Okay. Alright, very good thinking. Also, this Indigo placement is actually very good. He can destroy all the slugs coming, and so there's not a lot of enemies coming here. I'm not sure if he's still going to be able to clear this stage without losing any HP, but let's see. Yeah, expected. But admittedly, having only 1 block and 2 operators that can damage other enemies before a while, and still only losing 2 HP, that's not bad. But yeah, you're really lacking a lot of block from the beginning.
That's the thing,
who he picked as the operator.
We're on the path. I don't...
Alright, he's going for the second ending.
I don't think I want to do gun salute, considering my numbers. I could attempt.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way he can clear gun salute there. Like gun salute, you probably want either a defender or a medic.
100%, 100%.
Usually I'm all for going for emergencies, but this starting team is so weak that there's absolutely no way. Nope, it's a way to cope with the fact that your starting team is so weak, but still, I would still go for the resistance there. Like usually more stats is much better than life points. Like to be fair, anything, at least in IS2, is much better than
wait, hold up. I'm just realizing, I'm covering up me. I hate that. Let me put this up below. Hopefully I don't mess up anything. My bad, y'all.
So, again, I'm not sure if he has E2 his Myrtle or Indigo. So, if he hasn't
I think
E2
I did
his
E2.
Indigo, probably the Caster
I think I E2'd Myrtle.
voucher. The rest is actually so bad. Like, he could pick the Crane just to get
One thing I also want to do next time I do Integrated Strategy, make sure I lower my camera. I forgot to do that in my pull run. I wanted to show how many Indigates I had, which I had a lot, I think, starting off.
Oh, so E2 is Myrtle. Okay, so I would pick the Caster voucher. I don't even want to E2 Indigo, actually. I still think you would still go for Logos. You need everything you can right now, because you're on floor 2 with 1 block, and that's an E2 Myrtle. That's not gonna cut it. Ooh, free Passenger over Logos? It's not bad of an idea. Sure. This way
Interesting. What do I do? Dang, it's weird not seeing me up there now.
Melee units. This is probably one of the best stage to do when you have very little melee units, because you either have a very powerful melee unit that can... I think this stage is doable for sure.
That's great. That's great. That's great.
He used S1 Passenger. That's an interesting choice. Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not? Can he kill the crocodiles? Maybe with Indigo and Passenger and Stu? Maybe. Yeah, that was close, but okay, sure.
What if I do the rest of this all casters? What? Let me not do that. Let me stop playing around. Okay, we get to grab a guard.
Okay, guard. Very good. Please recruit a 6-star guard or something.
Who did I grab as... Oh, I know who grabbed his guard. I know. I'll go with Lapland, though, so we can...
Yeah, I would have probably gone with Spectre, simply because she's more tanky.
Spectre? Oh, Spectre,
but
okay.
At the same time, Lapland has some interesting uses in IS2, like, for example, against this stage with spiders and stuff. So, yeah, I can't say it's a bad option for sure, but again, very conservative with the hope. It might end up biting him back. I sure hope it won't. The stage with the duck in IS2, I think with Passenger is probably doable. Honestly, because it's the stage where there's a lot of dogs coming at you, right? Since he's only on floor 2,
it's the first one with the dogs,
it's probably doable with Lapland too, that can attack 2 enemies at the
same time.
Do I go
for it? I don't recall.
He doesn't have a lot of healing, so if the dogs can actually
that's the thing. I don't think I did because I didn't have any healing.
It's gonna be a bit dangerous. I still think he can do it, probably.
I'm not doing this. No, I'm not. I remember what... I don't want to deal with that. That's the one with the dogs running around, right?
Yep. I'm pretty sure you were able to do it, but I can understand, like, this was probably very close. If you had a more tanky guard, for example, Spectre, I would have absolutely told you to do this stage. Absolutely.
Let's go for another encounter. What's the merging option?
I think I read some comments, for example, this one by IN59 that says, it's always going to go better to take combats. Combats give multiple rewards, command XP, recruit vouchers, in guards, sometimes relics. What do you mean by sometimes it against emergency combats, right? And yes, I do agree, most of the time you prefer combats over encounters. Maybe the exception to this, after experiencing it myself, is IS5. There's a lot of extremely strong encounters in IS5, and there's a lot of cases where I would pick an encounter over a combat in IS5, but I would never pick, for example, an encounter over an emergency combat, unless I am absolutely certain I can't clear the emergency. So yeah, just to sum up what an emergency does compared to an encounter. An encounter, you're gonna get, like, for example, 5 ingots or 2 hope. What the emergency will do is, you'll get EXP, which means hope, which means also squad size. You'll get original ingots that can be spent to buy some other things. You will get 1 voucher, so that means a new unit, or a new voucher. You'll get a relic if it's an emergency. In IS2, you can also get a performance. Depending on the IS, you'll get some other things. For example, a key, for example, end-time reference index, this kind of stuff. So yeah, obviously, combat's usually much better than encounters, and it's a good rule of thumb most of the time. I'm pretty sure you would be able to do this stage and only lose like 2 or 3 HP at most, which in most cases would be more than worth it. So yeah, I do think it would have been much better to...
So my question then is, to clarify, I just want to clarify. So if someone doesn't, I'm pretty sure I already know the answer. I'm answering my question right now. But even if you don't get it full clear, like for instance, I lose some life points, you would still get all those items you still get all those following items still? Okay, I didn't know that. That's probably why I didn't also take some of those, because I was thinking that, oh man, I didn't get it 100%. I won't get all the things I would get. I would only get like a limited amount of stuff. I think I just wouldn't give you as many ingots, right? That's all it is. Like, but you still get a lot of the other stuff, right? I think that's the case. I believe that's the case. If someone could clarify that for me. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Hopefully, I'm trying not to overthink things as always.
Okay, this is actually good. I can't say this is bad, obviously. This is what is required to go to Ending 2, so yeah. Ribbon of Honor against the second ending is one of the most useless relic, obviously, because, well, you're not gonna block the boss. Still, it could be used against the boss on the third floor, for example. It just depends on who's gonna fight, so let's see. Okay, this is extremely easy with Lapland. Okay, so he probably wants to go to Rogue Trader. Again, since in IS2 you can reroll shops, you will usually have an extremely large amount of original ingots, so Rogue Traders are actually very valuable.
Yeah.
Oh, it's this guy too. Okay, so Ribbon of Honor is actually pretty good there. Yep, that's the basic Lapland use for IS2. Right, still using Myrtle IS2 to heal Lapland, that's good. So far, that's actually a pretty good run, even though he dodges a lot of good emergency combats, I would say. But so far, it's actually good.
Yeah, definitely next time I definitely want to do the thing though. Oh yeah, this is the thing. So another thing that happened was in my previous runs of IS2, trying to get ending 2, I was more risky with some of those emergencies. Here and there, I just was unlucky. I think I was unfortunate with my operators in that, and that's why on this run I was really. See, I was like extra cautious with everything because my main objective in this was just to get to ending 2.
Sharp. Huh. I would D2 Lapland simply because of the boss that's coming. Lapland is probably gonna be the one that is gonna block him unless he wants to kill it from the distance. It entirely depends on what the path of the boss is gonna be. Is it gonna move like horizontally?
I hate that. That's the thing with the boss too. When I first encountered the boss, as far as I knew, every time he was on the top, he was going horizontal. Then all of a sudden, he was on the left side. I was like, what the heck?
If he moves horizontally, then it shouldn't matter that much, but I wouldn't gamble on it, and so I would pick E2 Lapland, but I can...
if I play this again, I would have chosen E2 Lapland as well, because I didn't use Sharp at all. He was just there.
Then if he wants the Sharp, or even something else, like Thorn Sutter or Xiaobai, or this kind of stuff. Wait, he hasn't upgraded his Xiaobai.
Wait, who? Oh, what's up, man? Musical challenge. Use 3 Originium ingots.
Okay, that's the thing that allows to get more hope. I mean, he has 14 hope. I wouldn't probably do that.
Return % of that thing. I'll do it 3 times, and if I don't get it, then try. Oh, awesome. Magnificent massage gain.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have done this because he has 14 hope. Like, what do you need that much hope for? Okay, it's a good thing that he has Passenger there. Because otherwise, in this stage, I would probably advise to deploy Lapland facing left or right.
That's what I was thinking too, right afterwards.
Be able to hit more targets. But, I mean, you have Passenger. It's true that he doesn't
literally
need that much, but...
Literally when I was editing this, I was like, huh, maybe it would be better if I moved Lapland across.
But just for future runs.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice. Medic or useless? I said I need a medic. Let me grab a medic.
Alright, medic there is extremely good because this boss deals poison damage on the map as long as he's not...
Counter or that? Well, I want to see the...
Probably the Rogue Trader. I'm not sure how many ingots he has, but probably enough to buy a lot of good things.
Yeah, trader, so I can that's the next time I definitely want to move my thing down. Move your thing down next time, Seku!
What is there here? Pure Gold Expedition is probably waste, because he has way too much hope. I'm not sure about his squad size, but it's probably too expensive for this. Yeah, in the order, I would say probably E2 Passenger first with the Caster Voucher, E2 Perfumer with the Sniper plus Medic Voucher, and if he has enough ingots, probably the Land Mindset. Land Mindset is actually pretty good.
Ooh, okay, I like your predictions before. But I kind of want to go with a double medic setup. Let's be safe.
I mean, I'm not sure about his squad size. I would have still E2 Perfumer. I think that's more than enough.
I was nervous. I was afraid. Does it mine? Yeah, I do want to bring the mines. That'd be useful. Hope plus 4, squad size limit, and deployment limit plus 1. I would, that's 16. That means after that I have, 8? Caster? Let's go Passenger. That'd be good.
Wait, he was able to buy everything. I didn't even know he could also buy the pure gold thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, I was rich. I was rich for some. I'm not. I wish I showed how much. Like I said, next time move your thing down, Seku. Move your camera down. I had a lot of ingots.
Can he do that with like E2 Passenger? He doesn't have a lot of melee healing. Like for example, he could deploy Passenger and then Myrtle to try and heal Passenger with a steel and try to kill the enemies with Passenger skill. But I'm not sure if Myrtle is going to be able to tank long enough. So it could be a bit dangerous, I would say. Yeah. Alright, sure. But that's exactly why I wouldn't have done the encounter in the first place, and I would have probably gone for the. I think there was an emergency, right? So skip the emergency. So you see what you're doing. You're trying to do encounters, but then you are skipping on the content of the encounters, which means you literally skip the node instead of, for example, going to a combat. So if you had gone for this combat or emergency combat, you would have gotten a new voucher which could have helped you against the boss. And instead, well, you literally skip the node. You have to understand that in most roguelikes, skipping a floor or a node or whatever you call this is usually a bad thing because these roguelikes are supposed to scale. And if you don't scale with how the roguelike scales, then you're quickly going to be left behind. And if you're left behind, usually it's going to be a snowball effect in which you're going to lose more and more HP over time, and eventually you're going to lose period. So yeah, I would have still gone for combat there. I mean, it's probably not going to be that useful, but let's see. Okay, so he's moving horizontally, so he could use Passenger to simply snipe him. Alright, okay. He's probably got it.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Yep.
That's it. Hold up. We're good.
Alright. Alright, very good, very good. If the boss had moved vertically, it would have been a bit more difficult.
That would have been... I didn't want to think about it, man. I didn't want to think about it. Let's not talk about it.
I would say, because he would have had to spread his medics. Put
Yeah,
a medic, for example,
I have to spread it across, yeah.
Passenger here. Overall, he still played the stage perfectly, so alright, let's see what he gets. Maybe something like a Surtur to deal with some very difficult enemies, let's see.
What do I grab? What do I grab? I think I E2 Lapland at this point instead. I think that's what I do. Being greedy and leveling her up more. Let me select my collectible first, see what this is.
Yep, collectible first is always the right idea. Good.
Yeah.
Draft of speech is a complete waste there, because, well, you have 19 hope. What's the point of this?
Operated -2 hope to recruit. That's nice. Enemies have -20 HP. Considering I have a lot of hope right now, let's go -2 HP for that.
Alright.
Plus, it's also a longevity thing too. That's another thing that I also was thinking, because it's longevity. It's like, hey, the -2 hope. Well, actually, that's also long. But it's like I have a bunch of stuff right there. I don't need more for that. Good move, Seku. Good. I like your move. E2 Lapland. Okay, what do we have here?
Yeah, I forgot he still didn't have his Lapland at E2. Yeah, sure, okay.
Encounter some ops fights. Another encounter safe house.
Probably go for the top path, because there's a safe house right before an emergency, so you could E2 an important operator.
Okay, so that's another. Okay. Yeah.
That you may recruit before, right before this.
I always forget like what my thing is. I always mix up safe house and wish for some reason, even though they're. I don't know in my head I mix it up.
This stage is more than doable with Passenger.
So let's all think for now.
No. That was clearly a bad choice in my opinion, for the simple fact that, again, the top path was actually so much better. You don't need the life points, but at the same time, the option of getting more hope is actually not that good right now. You have a lot of hope, so obviously there's no real point in doing this. But see, that's exactly why you have that much hope. It's because you don't take enough fights. If you had taken more fights, you could have been able to spend that hope. It's usually
I was nervous about what's going to come.
It's usually a good indicator.
My past failures are getting to me.
Haven't taken enough. It sucks that the Sentinel triggered the explosion, but let's see.
Yeah. Oh, the range. I didn't know. Okay, his range is that big.
Yep. Nice. Another one. Nice. Tank with sharp. Nice. Alright, good.
Oh man, real close.
Good try. Actually, good try.
Does it count? Man, okay.
No, it doesn't count.
Yeah, one thing I wish I did was I moved is if I moved Indigo there first instead for something, but I really wanted to get him. I really wanted to get him.
Pith. So Pith is a passenger buffer, so it's a good option.
Really? Okay. Is Pith? Oh yeah, but she attackable. Oh, that would be okay. Okay.
But again,
I never used Pith before, so
that's a very conservative option. In my opinion, you absolutely want Logos, particularly since, again, we saw there was a safe house just after that, so you could easily pick Logos and then E2 him at the safe house. There will be 3 chances out of 4 something that we'll be able to E2 your Logos.
Really?
So
3 chances out.
Not even counting the fact that I think there's still one more fight that could net you a caster voucher. So yeah, I would absolutely pick Logos there. Like, Pith is not going to do that much, even if you have a lot of casters, because the only caster you have at E2 right now is Passenger, and I will only consider Pith if you have like at least 2 good E2 caster operators.
Really? Okay. E2 Indigo right now.
Yeah, I know. Usually for this stage, if you have Passenger, it's best to deploy him here.
Oh yeah, here? That's an idea I had too. I was thinking about doing that, and I just was like, I just didn't. I just didn't do as used, obviously.
Where Indigo is, simply because with the range of his S3, he's able to preemptively snipe
here
these
and then
lances
there,
by hitting them here. So it can have some surprising uses sometimes. I think the rest of the placement is very good. I would have simply switched Indigo for Passenger, and it would have been the best.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too the first time, but it's too. I'm not sure if I showed that part when I started this. I was like, man, I wish I switched this around. Oh man, but then when you start a stage and you gotta wait for them to redeploy in, and at that point I'm just like, oh man, by the time that happens I might be more screwed. But
what are his other options? Oh, he doesn't even have any other 6-star options. Oh yeah, so Virtuosa then.
So why would I not choose one of my favorite operators? Okay, interesting.
Yes, probably the Flowers of Quinde. Like, what's the point of getting 2 hope once more?
More HP.
It's not that useful, again, because he has Perfumer, so yeah, who cares?
Yeah, with this. Crap.
Alright, good.
Nice. I'm at that.
Very easy stage if you have Perfumer's passive healing and the Flowers of Quinde on top of that.
Supporter, you already know.
Huh. 3 Ling over E2 Virtuosa. No, I would probably go for...
They tried. I notice this happens a lot with Integrated Strategies. Every time I'm like... I said this out loud too. Before I got to this part, I think I say, oh man, let me E2 Virtuosa now. Every time I'm ready to E2 someone, they throw in some recruit or temporary recruit. Every time that happens, every time I'm planning to E2 someone, they throw in someone. It's like they're trying to throw me a curveball. Keep it. Let me go, people. I'm used to.
Yeah. I would have done the same. Useless. It's one of the most useless. He hasn't gotten the letter yet, so for once, I would probably go for encounters until he gets the letter, because fighting the big sad lock without the letter is actually very difficult.
No, that's interesting, because I didn't know about the letter at all. I remember some people were saying when in some at least stuff that I wrote down, unless I forgot to write that one down. So I didn't know about the whole letter thing though. Like the whole me getting the letter thing was all I think I get the letter. Did I get the letter? I remember I got something else, but that was just by coincidence because I didn't even know about that.
But in any case, his setup.
Someone probably mentioned it somewhere. I just missed it in the comments maybe, but I did not know about that until
Sandlock is
right here.
For Big Sandlock, you usually want some very powerful hits that don't do many hits, and that's basically the opposite that he has right now. Like that's literally the opposite of Passenger. That's also the opposite of Yostar with elemental damage. So yeah, it doesn't have a very good team right now. Arguably, Ling with S3 would have been even worse somehow. I would probably still go bottom. I still think he needs a lot of buffs right now. How many collectibles does he have? Like 6, 7? 10, yeah. 10 on draw 5 is really not that good. Yeah, I would do the encounter just to get the letter.
Yeah, we're doing the counter.
Okay. And letter on the first encounter, that's good. So now he can.
I did not know anything about this letter till now. Or so I was playing
so lucky
then.
Because whenever I want to go for the bear myself, I never get the fucking note. Alright, now I would go for
I guess I was just lucky with that. I remember someone actually commented saying they was like, I've been playing for a while, Arknights for like 3 years. Never got they said I've never gotten the encounter. I'm like, whoa. I probably never get it again too. Now.
Okay, this should be extremely easy. Like you literally just deploy Virtuos out there, activate S3 to kill all the units there. In the meantime, you defend this lane, and that's over.
Okay, I need to make sure I get another medic. I'm not ready to fight those guys.
No, you are absolutely ready to fight those.
My confidence level was low. It was low. It was low.
Yeah, he only has the power of Quinde, so he can get the beauty and ugliness.
What does the beauty and ugliness? I can get more hope points for it.
Yeah.
I think the hope points that I need them. Quite comfortable again.
Yeah, you are it yourself. Not that you need them. Why don't you need them? Because not enough combats. If you had taken more combats, you would have been able to spend that hope in order to recruit more operators. So here, he would have been able to E2 Logos if he had picked him, and that's not even accounting the fact that he should have had an E2 Logos for at least 2 floors right now. And so the obvious choices should have been squad size, but since he has so many operators that still want to E2, weirdly enough, the best choice is the elite voucher, and that's not a good thing.
Squad size +1. I gotta go for the life points, y'all. I don't think about increase.
What? Oh, it's clay all over again. Oh my god, no. This was easily the worst mistake in this run. You have to understand that there is like not even 5% chance that these 5 life points are gonna matter at all in this run. Honestly, I'm gonna watch the end of this run and we're gonna see if these life points end up mattering or not. But here, I would easily E2 an operator that he hasn't E2 yet, or get the squad size. You have 3 upgradable operators. 3 upgradable operators and you go for the life points.
Yeah, it's nervous, that's all it was. I wasn't too sure about it.
Specialist caster. I don't know his specialist much.
Yeah,
if he
specialist?
has, for example, Ascalon could be
For dealing with the ads, not for the box. Oh,
fine for the second boss. I'm not sure if he has Texas Altar or Yato Altar or this kind of thing.
I don't have Texas Altar. Not yet.
Oh, he has Ascalon. Okay, that's a very good choice. Probably still not gonna be enough, but that's a very good choice still. Right, this is by far the best downtime recreation he could have gotten, because, well, he has a lot of hope thanks to him taking a lot of non-combat nodes and him having the collectible that gives him hope every time he enters a non-combat node. So obviously he has like 1 billion hope right now, and this downtime recreation really likes you having a lot of hope. So is this gonna pay off? Let's see. Life points probably shouldn't matter.
Even the game gave me life points.
Okay, this is extremely good though. No, so absolutely spend everything you can there. No, do it way more than one more time. This is very good too against the second boss. That's insanely good. That's also.
Go back. Bank of Gold check operator star. Okay.
That's insane. Really good. That's also. No, this is actually very useless for his current team boss. Actually, it works with Lapland S2. Never mind. Yeah, sure. No, what are you? Okay. Why? This is just one question. Why? I think there's like 1 fight, so you're gonna be able to like spend at most 6 hope, and you still have 14. So you could have done this at least 4 more times.
Yeah, I would have done it too. Yeah.
So you could have done it at least 4 more times. Why though? He lacks way too many things there. He doesn't have enough block. He doesn't have enough burst damage. Yeah, it's gonna be very tough.
I'm glad you're losing life points right there, because I didn't want to lose any. Recruit voucher?
Again, the life points aren't gonna matter anyway, because yeah, sure, you have like what, 8 life points right now? If you lose to the boss, 8 life points aren't gonna help you at all. Support a defender. Probably defender is the best choice here overall.
Yeah, I'm a defender, so. I can go for support. You're a defender. How many defenders do I think about it?
Alright, what does he have? Mudrock, Jessica. In the late game, Mudrock is infinitely better because Mudrock already works well at E2, while Jessica is basically a debuff against this boss because her attack speed is so high with S2, and you actually don't want again, what I said, I actually don't want a lot of attack speed against the second boss. So the S3 3 would be much better.
Just being honest.
No. Like, Mudrock would have been infinitely better there, unfortunately.
I know some people are saying this is tough. So it looks like something going on here.
It's usually not that tough. It's just that you need to usually deploy healers first, then deploy your DPS, and finally deploy your tanks. So healers. It's usually not that tough. It's just that you need to usually deploy healers first, then deploy your DPS, and finally deploy your tanks. So the tanks draw the aggro of the rocks that fall. And as long as your operators deploy healers first, then deploy your DPS, and finally deploy your tanks. So the tanks draw the aggro of the rocks that fall. And as long as your operators don't deal damage very fast, but deal high amount of damage, then you're fine. But your team does literally the opposite of this right now. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be able to win, but let's see.
I'm curious what path the boss is going to take.
Yeah, let's talk about the boss's path. Before being more serious, what should he do there? The best choice would probably be to deploy Breeze here, Perfumer there, deploy Myrtle to generate some TP, deploy Sharp since he can deal some very high damage to the boss and at a very slow pace, which is actually exactly what you want. Deploy Jessica.
Oh, yo, I was okay. Never mind. I'm tripping myself out. I saw I saw his mouse and I saw my mouse, and I was like, wait, why is it 2 mouse on this?
Actually facing bottom, not facing right, because you are gonna use her exclusively to defend this lane. And let's hope that simply Sharp and Mudrock are gonna be enough there. You can deploy Mudrock there, doesn't really matter that much. You can deploy Sharp here. I'm not sure about Virtuosa. Maybe Virtuosa could be deployed there to help Jessica. Yeah, probably. Like Virtuosa there. Yeah, I think Virtuosa there, Breeze there, Perfumer either here or there, Mudrock here, and Sharp here could work, I suppose, but I'm really not too confident.
Okay, I got some ideas. Let's try them out.
Yeah, I forgot Passenger. Passenger should probably. The weird thing is that Passenger probably don't even want to be used against the boss. Here,
really?
Even probably.
Actually, I think someone was saying something similar in the comments too.
Would either use him here if your Perfumer is deployed, like for example there instead, and only attack the units here. But the issue is Passenger's attack are gonna rebound on the boss. That's the main issue. Maybe I would even like deploy him here.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
Instead of Virtuosa. Yeah, you know what? I would probably deploy Passenger there facing bottom and Virtuosa here instead. It's probably even better. You don't want Passenger to hit the boss. He's gonna hit the boss so fast that it's gonna trigger his AoE a lot of.
Okay, so that's what someone was explaining in the comments as well. To clarify, if no one didn't know, this is my first time encountering this boss. Oh, that's gonna be asinine. That's gonna be.
Okay, that's already not off to a great start because, well, Myrtle won't be able to be healed by Perfumer there unless he deploys Perfumer unoptimally.
I get this.
Yep.
Okay.
No. Okay. Ooh, no. Okay. Oh, this is not gonna end well.
What was you next to us? I'll put you right here. Not there, right here.
Don't use the skill. Okay, he's dead.
For F's sake, man, this is gonna suck.
Yep.
This trashy stage. I see.
That was kind of expected. I mean, if you don't know the boss, obviously you don't know that he's gonna trigger this AoE ability. And obviously he was thinking well to deploy these units that can both defend and attack the boss. Unfortunately, that's not what you actually want to do.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's unfortunate. The weird thing is, he was able to recover somehow, because usually when you lose your operators the first time, it's probably over.
I was surprised I recovered quickly too. What did I even do? Wait, when did what did I even do? Wait, because I put Breeze over there, I put Perfumer there.
The issue with displacement is that Virtuosa can't attack the boss, so he doesn't take much damage.
Fudge.
I mean, even if this one dude didn't get passed by, you probably wouldn't have enough DPS, unfortunately. So, if I have to review this run, it's pretty funny because Seku-Senpai does pretty much the opposite of Clay in that he is...
I do the opposite of Clay.
Senpai does pretty much the opposite of Clay in that he is way too conservative with his hope, particularly in the...
You can see all those life points in
beginning. I still don't understand why he doesn't want to start with a 6-star, that's an odd choice. And...
well, like I said at the beginning, it's F.
Clay in that he is way too conservative with his hope, particularly in the beginning. I still don't understand
really,
why
Clay's not conservative.
He keeps on getting more and more hope throughout the run and skips fights, which is usually a bad idea, but it's particularly a bad idea when you have a lot of hope, because what are you getting all that hope for? You want to spend that hope to get better operators. If in the meantime this allows you to level up and get squad size, then with that squad size and good operators you can take on emergency operations and you can get more relics, which can make your operators better, then it's even better. I think again this comment by IN59 encapsulates the issue of this run the most. Life is always the worst choice. For the sake of this example, let's pretend that there's only 2 possible choices: attack percentage and life. Increasing your life at your potential cost and improving your operator's power is just going to increase the probability that you lose life in future stages, thus necessitating taking life again, thus increasing the probability that you lose more life. Exactly. Usually getting more stats allows your operators to kill enemies faster and easier, and if you kill enemies faster and easier, then you don't lose life that you would probably otherwise have lost.
I follow that mindset. Okay. You explained that well too. Then what's up with all y'all in Arknights explaining things too well? Damn, like it's all y'all just explain things so fluidly that I'm able to comprehend it. Like, Makes sense.
So basically, any choice that increases your stats is quote-unquote gaining.
So in a lot of cases, more stats, rare combat equal ingots equals relics. So okay.
Life. That's usually how you're supposed to look at it. It's not rare that you can finish a nice run while you're running at 1 HP for 2 or even more floors. Life is not an issue most of the time. You shouldn't really take a look at your life. The only time you want to take a look at your life is if you have a backup plan.
Don't. Sorry, I'm laughing because don't take a look at your life, y'all. I know what it means, but I know I'm thinking about like IRL life. Like I don't know, that was funny, but
of having to meet the boss because you have more than 30 life. But this is supposed to be a backup plan and certainly not your main strategy. So yeah, I think the most glaring issue there is not taking enough fights, not taking enough.
Ooh, you got like points on that? Okay, good placement, good decision shops, good use of skills, murder S2, good choice of classes, good encounter logic, good encounters logic, pick more fights, better health management, good use of alt skills, murder 2. Good use of classes, good counters logic, areas improvement. Okay, so yeah, good counters logic. Okay.
Emergency fights, therefore ending with not enough operators or not enough E2 operators, even though I truly believe that for 80% of them you probably could have won easily, and for the 20% left,
my confidence level was not at it. My previous runs were so bad. I was too nervous. See, I'll definitely be more risky with my next IS run, my next monthly IS run, since that's a monthly thing I do now. I guess it's once a month I do IS now. Not intentionally, but
you wouldn't have been able to take them on, but that's only because you didn't take the first one. So yeah, in my opinion, do more fights, probably start with better operators too, and honestly, that should be fine. So thank you for watching this analysis, guys, and see you in the next video.
Hey, thank you, Dr. Pitanger. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate the advice. Definitely take more fights. I definitely agree on that. And yeah, like I said, the only reason I probably didn't do too much was I started this run a little pessimistic a little bit too, because like I said, my previous runs were so doggone trash, and all I wanted to do was get to the ending. I just wanted to see the ending. But by all means, I definitely be a little bit. I definitely want to start off with some higher levels too, which definitely that seems like to be the go-to strategy with integrated strategy. So common doctor. Okay, I see it's a running joke in your community. Now you're trying to pronounce Pitanger wrong. Yeah, but yeah, anyways, I appreciate what all you have to say in the comments. Appreciate all the advice you have to share. I do write it down. I do take notes of it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing another IS run. Check out Dr. Pitanger. It's some awesome content, a lot of IS videos, his masochist mode as well. Check out my videos on my channel too. I upload a bunch of stuff on my channel for those who don't watch. Arknights, some Fate Go, some anime reacts here and there when I feel like it. No, yeah, like I said, I appreciate any advice y'all gotta share. I'm always down to improve. I do take your advice into consideration all the time. Definitely want to do more account. I haven't played IS2 since that past run, so I'm probably going to record some of that this week or so, and hopefully I'll fare a little better. I hope. Peace and out. Hey, wait, hold up. He's still asleep, y'all. Can you believe I've been recording for almost an hour now? I don't know how long this video is actually going to be because I'm probably yapping a lot about random stuff. And then phone calls the whole time. Everyone always wants to call me when I'm streaming. And because I'm talking like this, I haven't ended the freaking video. Let me end it. See y'all later. Have a nice day. Peace and out.